Oh, and you mentioned Zverev also. I'm kind of sick. And listen, you might not be a fan of Sasha for reasons and things that have happened off court or whatever it might be. But there have been people on, different podcasts and different things who are like, they treat a guy like he's not a great player. And that pisses me off. You talk about 24 titles.
Yeah.
He's made World Tour finals every year that he hasn't been hurt for the last 9 years. There are not a lot of people who have made World Tour finals 8 times.
And won twice.
Because Carlos and Jannik are so good, I don't ever, ever, ever want to get to the place where anyone who's not them is treated like a piece of shit. Like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Can you go off on that a little bit, Chris, now that you're a retired player?
Yeah, for sure. I remember I saw a clip of a pod. I'm not going to say who it was, but they were trying to make the point that, and again, to what you said previously, I think a lot of this animus we hear about people talking about Zverev's tennis stems from their belief or their feelings about him off the court. But strictly if we're talking tennis. I
don't know Sasha. I've met him a couple times in passing, and also that has no bearing on my opinions with his tennis.
On his opinions on the
Correct.
tennis. It shouldn't. We have to be able to separate the two and compartmentalize and be objective.
Correct.
Whatever you feel about off the court, that's one thing. If we're talking tennis,
yes.
There was someone on a pod who tried to drive home the point that, and I'm gonna quote it, was like, I just don't know what he does. He's just not that good. I watch him and he's just not that good. And I'm looking and I go,
it makes me so angry.
What are you talking about? The guy's 6'7", usually serves around 75 to 80% first serves, averaging 135 miles an hour, has one of the best backhands we've ever seen. Was actually, we can say that there are guys before him, big guys, was kind of the first of the big guys who was an exceptional mover. I feel like before him, there would be big guys who we say moves well for a big guy. That guy moves well for a big guy. Zverev, his movement is incredible. You can critique his tendencies to play a bit more passive and not be aggressive and force the issue. Sure, now we're talking tennis. But to sit up here and just unequivocally say he's just not that good, to me, just doesn't make logical tennis sense. And now it feels like you're allowing your feelings about him off the court to cloud what you see on the court, because there's no way you can sit there and watch him on TV or in person and watch him and go, yeah, this guy isn't that, he's just not that good. Like, his track record speaks for itself.
On the one hand, but most people would sell their firstborn for the year he had. On the other hand, and he's really, I feel like, admirably candid about his year. He's look, I don't know what the quote is, an incredibly, unsatisfying year. We should be able to say, yeah, this guy served for a major title and he couldn't close. This guy's been to assorted other finals. He doesn't have a major, but he's still really friggin' good. And I also think we don't give him enough credit, A, for recovering from that injury the way
great point, JW.
Yeah.
Also, we talked about Sabalenka. This guy's had some pretty severe yips as well that he's managed to overcome. So I think, look, I think we can't always say, hey, he's number 3 in the world. Imagine being the 3rd best at it. I think we should leave space to say, yeah, there's some goals that are unfulfilled.
100%.
Yeah, even by his own admission,
I'm
he'd
sorry.
like to have a major by now, but to denigrate the guy's entire career because he hasn't won a major is absurd. And I think of all, he's really realistic. He's really pragmatic. And he says, look, I'm not satisfied by being number 3 in the world. I should have more. And I think we take a cue from him at some level. But in a weird way, he's both the best player not to have won a major, and I also think at the same time he's kind of underrated. And his record, not just getting to Turin every year, he's won it twice. Nadal won 0. He's like against the 8 best players in the world. I don't have it in front of me. He's like 18-10 or something when he gets to Turin. So this is strange to think in terms of Hall of Fame for a guy that's never won a major, but this is at once a sort of a guy we say is the best never to have won a major, and also almost criminally underrated in what he has done for the last decade.
Listen, here, great point, and let's just be very simple about this. Is he squeezing too tight because he wants a major so badly? Probably. Sure. Does that mean he's not a great tennis player? Does that mean we take away from the volume statistics of his career, the fact that he's won Olympic gold, he's won World Tour finals,
2 of them, doesn't he? Does he have 2?
Does it live in the same universe where Yes. Would he tell you that he was nervous and might have choked away a Grand Slam at the US Open? I'm guessing he would probably tell you yes at some point in his life. And does that mean he's not the best player to have never won a major? Does that mean he's not the clear, if there's, a lot of space between Sinner and Alcaraz, he's always that next guy. Like he's always consistently, if Medvedev had a moment, but he's been there for a decade. To simply sit there and say he's not that good is offensive to every tennis player on the planet, in my opinion.
It's like, geez, well, what's the rest of us?
Seriously,
absolutely suck.
Give me a fucking break.
If you're looking at this guy, and even you mentioned the yips on the serve, I think the year he served for the U.S. Open was the year he was going through the yips on his serve. So he made the final and still put himself in a position because he started serving practically 2 first serves. Like it was a joke. I think that after that, his percentage started to go crazy high. But to make a Grand Slam final, serve for it while still not having full confidence in your biggest weapon, and then you're like, yeah, the guy he's just not it. I'm like, come on, man. Let's be real about, if we're going to critique the sport and the athlete and their performance on court, let's be real about critiquing the athlete on the court.
Yeah, I agree. So our takeaways are that Alcaraz and Sinner are going to be all-time greats. If you sit there and say Zverev's not that good, I kind of dismiss anything you say afterwards. I just don't really buy into that. You've lost me. You've lost me. He's not that good because of feelings. I don't no. And tennis is really hard. And I think we disrespect all of tennis when we pretend like it's easy. I don't think that's the story that we need to be telling in tennis. Eubanks, you know what is easy is you doing broadcasting. You should do it full time. You're really good at it.
Hey, I got a lot of free time on my hands, so I might take you up on that.
I appreciate you, buddy. I'll check in the next couple of days. I know we're going to see you here in Charlotte in a couple of weeks, so hopefully we can get together in person then. Enjoy your retirement. Lean into those comments. I'm sure 90% of them are fantastic. Your beloved figure in this game, so appreciate your time, JW. We'll see you next week, and thank you.